In this video, I want to show you why I love meditation and why I think meditation is the best hack for your brain that you can ever do. So in the last video, I was talking about reading, and to be honest, the video was a little bit all over the place, so I want to clarify my points a little bit. What I wanted to tell with that video was that reading is a really good way to get information, because books are so thoroughly written and you can get so much information out of them. And in explaining that, I want to say that we built the pyramids and the Eiffel Tower, and we constructed math, and Einstein came up with his theories of relativity, and we shot people into space and got them walking on the moon, all without the internet or social media or YouTube or any of these new ways to get information. All they had was either books or in-person lectures and conversations. So I think that speaks quite clearly of how much information and stuff you can get out of books. But the point also with the video was that we have so short attention spans these days that we can't really read. And the way I overcame that was through meditation. So that brings me over to meditation. And what I noticed with meditation was that I mainly got better at reading, my social interactions, and by extension being able to follow what the teacher says at school, and also getting better grades because of that, and also being better at the conversations and interactions with girls, which is quite important to me, and I guess also with you other teenage boys out there. And lastly, meditation also helps me really overcome emotions better, or tackling emotions better, both negative emotions that appear, sudden things that comes up. So if you like people, or like just things that are unexpected to me, people coming up and asking for something which just catches me out of nowhere, or things that just happen fast, for example, or really unexpectedly, I'm better to tackle that because of meditation now. And I would say my discipline is better because of meditation, because I'm not so easily distracted anymore. There are fewer thoughts in my head, so I'm able to keep a clearer mind and to just stay focused on the things I'm doing. And lastly, also the time aspect, because before I started meditating, I could easily spend just an hour and a half, 2 hours just thinking, just staring out of my window or something, and just being completely lost in like a fantasy daydream story that I had in my brain. And I would just 2 hours just sat by without me even knowing what the time was. And so meditation has drastically reduced that. And so I want to start with reading, and it all makes sense, because when we have shorter attention span, we can't really read, because if you can't remember longer than half a page, how are we going to remember an entire book, right? And with social interactions and speaking to people, if you can't really stay present and you can't focus on what you are saying and what they are saying, and you can't remember what they said 3 sentences ago, or they might ask you about something and you're just standing there like, you don't remember what they asked about you, you don't even got it through your brain, and you was thinking about maybe perhaps what you were going to say next and stuff like that, and it's really awkward. And so when I started meditating, I noticed that reading books, in the beginning, when I hadn't meditated much, I just started reading, I perhaps could go a few pages without having to realize that, oh, I'm just reading a few sentences without knowing what it is. So I could do a few pages at first, and then as I got through a longer streak on meditation, I suddenly can do 5 pages or 10 pages of reading before my mind started to wander a bit, and I had to start over and read again. And suddenly I could do 20 pages, and now I'm able pretty much to read, unless I'm tired or exhausted from other things. I'm mostly able now to read as much as I want, and staying present the whole time. And with interactions, especially I would say at school, when the teacher is talking, so when we're all just sitting quietly at our desks following the teacher, and the teacher is just for an hour and a half just talking about something, now I find it really easy to follow along all the time, and then just stay focused on the teacher, and fully get the information that they're trying to tell me, and that vastly helped me get better grades with less effort. And I think I'm going to do a full guide on getting better grades soon, but that will be it for now. And with the social interactions, by extension, being able to not overthink when you are approaching girls again, has meditation really helped me form. And so I'm able to not stay in my mind when I'm with them. So I won't not constantly think, oh, I should say this next, I want to say that, and then it just comes out in one a weird stutter. I'm able to just pretty much not think. I'm just talking, and things just naturally come out. Also, I would say pretty okay. Like, I won't claim I'm any master at talking to girls yet, but it's pretty good, and meditation has definitely helped me with that. And so I was saying, reading, social interactions, yeah, and feelings. So before, as I said, I could easily stay for an hour, 1.5 hours of just thinking. So I would get a thought, and it would be a really interesting thought, and I would find a place where I could be on my own, and I would just walk around in my room, or looking at the window, or that was a big insect, and I would just act this thinking wave out. I would act it for 1.5 hours, and making up, usually about girls as well, with just this huge story of like, oh, I would hope that I like in school next week, like when we have this gym period, oh, maybe like one of these girls will like trip and fall over, and I'll just be there, and I'll catch her, and everyone like some really cringe things like that. And when like thoughts like that, interesting thoughts like that comes up now, I won't do anything with it. I won't stay on it for the hour. So that has really helped with the time aspect, but also when negative emotions come, when doubt, when I'm starting to doubt myself, or I'm feeling a little bit depressed, or when I'm really lonely, or things like that happen, I'm able to just move on, and kind of just notice the feelings, and notice, and also think like why I think that, and come to a conclusion with myself, like, okay, I'm thinking like this because of this, I think that of that, what can we do about it? Not really much. Okay, let it go, instead of staying for it, and really thinking about it, and letting the emotion grip you and affect you. So I might still have negative emotions, but they won't bring a negative mood with them, because I will just neglect the thought, and move on. And also, I said I think my discipline has gotten better since I started meditating, and I think that because again, it's less distractions, so I'm able to it's kind of ironic. I'm sitting here outdoors, and it's talking about not having distractions, and being focused, and it's so much traffic on the road down there. I'm sure you can hear it. Birds are singing. There's so many mosquitoes and insects just constantly itching me and sitting on me. It's so hard to stay focused right now, but I'm trying to say that my discipline has gotten better because I'm able to stay focused on, let's say, weightlifting, for example. Before I could, it could go like 5 minutes between each sets, without me realizing, just because I was having a thought, or I was just dancing to the music in my garage, or I kind of acting like I was shadowboxing, or flexing in a mirror or something like that. But now I'm more present with what I do, and I'm able to get things faster done, but also more thoroughly done, I would say. And how it keeps me in discipline, like in the long term, is okay. I know I'm going to run. It's cold, it's dark, it's rainy, but I have to do it. And the thoughts starts to come like, oh, I don't really want to do it. Maybe I should just take a warm shower instead. I can just take a shower, eat some food, watch some Netflix, whatever. But I'm able to keep those thoughts out and focus on the running instead, which I'm about to do, the task that is that I'm going to do. So I would say meditation has really helped me with so many things in my life, and has improved it vastly over the last year. Not only am I now able to enjoy reading, I also recently started to reading just a fiction novel again, and it's actually really good. And there's so many great books that are not made into movies. So yeah, I would say the entertainment aspect is also probably in some cases even better than Netflix. And you're also training your mind to visualize pictures and stuff like that, so that's also really good. But reading, I'm able to enjoy and also get good and quality information out of, as well as getting way better grades at school because of meditation, and better talking to girls, and better talking to teachers, and with my friends. I'm also having a better time with my friends because I'm able to what's the word? I'm able to join in, let's say, on every conversation, and fully ride the conversation, and fully understand everything in the conversation, and being yeah, again, present in it. And there's never a place when I'm with my friends, and then they're saying something, and I'm kind of like in there, but people always say like, oh, sorry, can you say that again? I just zoned out. I zoned out. I don't zone out anymore because I meditate, and I really like that. And also it keeps negative thoughts out, keeps me disciplined, and it saves me quite some time. So I hope that helps you understand a bit more why meditation is so good, and why you should do it too, and why it is the #1 hack that you can do for your brain, which I'm convinced that it 100% is. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can meditate, and I'm going to sit down and we can do a very short meditation together. I'm going to explain how easy it is, and how the stereotypical sit with your legs tied into a knot, and have these bells, and like and how that is all wrong, and you're probably even done a meditation without knowing it already. So that is going to be very easy, and it also just takes 5 to 10 minutes every day, and that's it. You can do it for the rest of your life, 10 minutes, and you will have the benefits 10x everything you do. And also, I think if you are like me, if you're just a normal kid like me, or how I used to be, how I am, I don't know, meditation is what is going to make you very successful, and a millionaire, and a top 1% man, I think.